Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning back in to another episode of We the People. I know we took a little extended break, but we all have busy periods, so I hope that you guys understand. But I'm super excited to be back for today's newest episode with Dwight Holt Jr. I'm super inspired by people who turn their passions into their business. They create revenue and money and go out into the world and share it with other people. That's exactly what Dwight Holt does on a daily basis. His love for dance and music and helping individuals has turned him into an entrepreneur with Dance Your Pound Off. You've probably seen him across the country on multiple platforms. His work definitely speaks for itself. Not only is he a successful entrepreneur, but he is helping change lives across the country. And I'm super excited that we had the opportunity to speak on Skype a couple months ago. So I hope that you enjoy this interview, and I hope that you are inspired. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let's listen in. Cool, Dwight, thank you so much for sitting down with me today in LA. So very quickly, just introduce yourself. Tell me, who you are, what you do, and why.
My name is Dwight Holt Jr. I have to add the Jr. considering my father would try to take all my props. But I'm Dwight Holt, originally from Nashville, Tennessee, reside in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm the owner of a company called Dance Your Pounds Off. Going on 3 years now with Dance Your Pounds Off, 4 years working with the infamous Monique. What I do, I change lives through dance. So I understand fitness is not for everybody when it comes to the gym.
Yeah.
But with dance coming and being second nature to so many, I create a judgment-free atmosphere to allow people to dance some of their pounds off. Or in other words, to dance off a lot of things holding them down. So I like to see lives change. And I tell people often, in my classroom, you experience things that you will never experience. A lot of my girls and people who come to my class say the only other place they get the feeling at is church.
That's what's up. So tell me a little bit about how you got in dance. Has this been something that you've been doing all your life, a newfound passion? How did this kind of get started? Yeah.
I used to tell people I started dancing around 7 years old, but my mother told me that was a lie when she heard it on the radio interview. She was like, "Boy, you was 4 before 4." I originally, the first big thing I did, I was 4 years old. I was in the big battle of the bands. I was like a mini drum major before they were popping.
Wow.
I kind of went up to a marching band. I heard them playing. I ran over there and I started mocking the drum majors, and they was like, "Who is this? Bring that look out of me, so-and-so, so-and-so." And I was in a major battle of the bands in Atlanta, Georgia. Ideally, I turned out to be a drum major years and years later, which is fun. But I don't know, I've always loved music, and dance has always been my translation for it. Trained in everything up under the sun, except for tap, which I really want to do. So I've been dancing for a long time. It's just my freedom of expression.
That's what's up. So, you started out in dance, became a drum major, something you've been doing for a while. So I know that somehow you got into finance. You went to college and kind of went in the total opposite direction. What kind of brought that on?
So when it came down to my career path, I trained and I studied dance in high school, which was a school of arts. So when it came down to college, which was Morehouse College, I wanted to I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So I went to college and said, okay, well, I know dance. If I get my business degree, then I would merge them all together.
Okay.
It's it's money on top of money. I don't have to call nobody to do work for me. I can do it myself.
Right.
Well, that was great. And somehow with dance and the competition of it in the industry, it kind of tore me away from it. And when I finished Morehouse, I ended up in banking. I ended up working in banking, and it was amazing. Money was amazing. Everything was great, but there was something missing.
Okay.
And so with that something being missing, I kind of found it in my company, which is Dance Your Pounds Off again, because it gave me the best of both worlds. Although it was missing, what happened was I've always had dancing within my workouts.
Okay.
Always, people say, how do you stay fit? I dance. I was an African dancer for a very long time, trained in African dance as well. So that's very intense.
Right.
And keeps your body nice and right.
Definitely.
And so I kept that in my workouts.
That's what's up. So I went to across the street. I was at Clark Atlanta. So shout out to the AUC. But something that I find a lot of times with millennials, people are kind of taking on these new untraditional jobs, kind of turning their passion into what makes them money. Tell me a little bit about, like, how did it start? Were you nervous? Did you have a lot of supporters, or people like, oh, you are crazy? Like, how are you gonna make this work? How did that all like come into place?
It was a little bit of everything, but I would say we're kind of very fearless.
Yeah.
We have dreams, and we're not as scared of the unknown as a lot of other generations. And so I was looking for a career that allowed me to do that and to include and have my love in it, which was dance.
Yeah.
So what happened was, when I met Monique, who I was speaking about earlier, I met her. I stayed in a condo in Atlanta, and one half is residence, the other side is for guests, hotel guests. It was split.
Okay.
So in my condo, I go to the gym. We share a gym. I was in there getting it, working out, doing my normal workout. She walks in. So when she walks in, I'm like, oh shoot, that's Monique. You know, act like you know, just keep on, you know. So by this time, I'm in here over my hours. I'm late for work at this moment. It's like I'm late for work. I need to go, but I'm not leaving because Monique is behind me.
Right.
So she begins to imitate what I'm doing. Oh yeah, well, I'm really going to be late for work at this point. So I'm out there, I'm doing it. She's copying me. She's following me. And after about 15 minutes, I'm like, I really got to go. I got to go work. So she asked me, she was like, I'm here filming the movie while I'm here for the next month. Can you train me through dance? I was like, sure. Of course.
Yeah.
So she was like, all right, just send me your fee. I was like, let me get this fee together. So I can do that. And so we worked for about a month. She ended up going back home. And that was that. But during that time, like, I began to get crazy emails, crazy comments, crazy messages from people like, oh my God, I'm inspired to get off my couch because I seen you doing this. I haven't been up in 20 years. I haven't done this. I haven't done that. And I don't deny things like that. One, I don't ignore things like that. And two, I don't argue with what makes sense.
Yeah.
So for me, I was able to do what I love. I was able to change lives, and it was like easy for me. So I went ahead and did what I had to do. I made Dance Your Pounds off of LLC. I went and got my certifications, and I began to do that and banking at the same time. Still stayed at the bank, turned down many promotions, still stayed. The changing point for me, though, I got into a bad car accident. I told myself, like, if I would have died that day, there was no way possible that I would have been okay with them saying he was an amazing banker when they read my eulogy. It was no way. And at that moment, it was like, if this was my last day, I would rather go out doing exactly what I love.
Yeah.
So with no questions, with a 2-day off notice from my doctor, I called the bank and I was like, I'm not coming back. When I started off, there were moments where I was paying to teach individuals or to hold class. I wasn't paying people to come, but if I had less people than my rent was for the space, then I was paying out.
Yeah.
But the best thing about that is you have to keep going.
Yeah.
Like you don't just drop or leap and it's all of a sudden you just good.
Yeah.
No. You leap and you have to keep yourself afloat. And I tell people all the time, like my ministry or my message to people is like, if I would have taken that moment when I've only had like 1 or 2 people in my classes and quit at that moment, I wouldn't have seen the class 2 weeks later where it was wall to wall and people couldn't even get on the floor.
That's what's up. So I know you were recently in Chicago and you caught the first snow. I missed it. How was your time in Chicago?
Chicago was a damn Chicago. Let me tell you, it's funny. People watch this and be like, he's cursing. He don't curse, but it's funny. But how was Chicago? Chicago was absolutely amazing. I've been to Chicago before years ago, but it wasn't with my company.
Okay.
But I got a call in Chicago. They asked me to come out, and Chicago sold out every night. And they came, and they did not come to play. They gave me a run for my money, but it was great. Chicago snowed. I got off the plane. It was a little. No, I got off the plane straight into the airport.
Right.
I'm walking through the airport like, this is amazing. Like, Chicago got a nice airport. You get downstairs to where they pick you up and it's straight glass. So I get a message and it's like, hey, we're not there yet, but give us a couple more minutes, we'll be there. I was like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. Let me get my selfie on. I walked outside, walked right back inside. I don't know what was going on in Chicago or why it was that cold, but that was ridiculous.
Yeah. And
it was snowing. And let me say this. Shout out to 360 MBS who brought me out in Chicago. Owner Ashanti. I was in the car with her and her beautiful Mercedes. But I don't know if Chicago thinks sliding is normal, but that is not normal. We're in the car. We're sliding. I'm looking at her. She looking like she ain't blinked, like this is normal.
It's normal,
on the interstate. And so, it was an amazing time, amazing experience.
So last question. Dancing your pounds off is more than pounds. You say tell me a little bit about your philosophy behind that.
So when it comes to dance your pounds off, I tell people often that the pounds and dance your pounds off means more than pounds. It's because some people come into a classroom and they look at somebody and they be like, she looks skinny. What she got to dance off? Because the pounds and dance your pounds off can deal with stress, can deal with insecurities, can deal with finances, can deal with relationship problems. It can deal with confidence, putting it on. It's just like, it just does so much for people. And when it comes to fitness or when it comes to being healthy, people don't understand, just like skin, it works from the inside out.
Yeah. I know I said that was the last question. Last question I forgot to ask. So what would be your advice to millennials who are having a struggle following their passion, following their dreams, doing what they love to find that happiness that you talk about?
Go get a job at the bank. No, I'm joking. It's my advice to millennials, it's definitely follow your heart. It's definitely follow your heart because there's going to be moments that you can't put a price tag on.
Yeah.
There's going to be moments when things don't work out, but following your dream kind of fills that gap. You won't understand till you are doing what you love and you're making absolutely no money for it, but you can't wipe a smile off your face.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody tell you what you can and cannot do. If you believe in it and you believe you can, it's worth the risk. So I will add this though. If you do have a great job that has you set up financially, be smart about it.
Yeah.
Don't just hop off a cliff without a plan. Have a plan. Set goals. Begin to work towards those goals. It is very, 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 if you don't take nothing else out of this, remember this. The universe gives you what you give it.
Yeah.
So if you are working a 9 to 5, as much as you give them that 9 to 5, you need to give them your dream. If I was working at the bank 12 hours, I was giving the universe 12 hours and 1 minute of dance because that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
You have to let the universe know what you want it to give you because it will.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Man, Dwight, thank you so much. It was definitely inspiring to hear your story and to see you live out your passion and for, as you said, the universe to meet you right back and give you all those things that you wanted, which is happiness. And a guest I had on last week talked about when you follow your dreams and when you follow your passion, your wealth will be there. So that speaks true for you as well. So thank you so much. Good luck with everything that you're doing in LA, and look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Definitely. It was a pleasure. Thank you. Look forward to speaking to you soon, man.